Hi guys and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be doing an updated makeup routine. I've already filmed the look and this is what I created. For the past 2 months now I've been wearing this makeup look. Absolutely love the lips. I love the kind of golden smoky vibe. If you guys want to carry on and see how I create this look, then continue to watch. So just going to get started. I've washed my face. I had a shower this morning, so I've washed my face and I've moisturised about an hour ago. So I'm just going to start off with the first thing and use a primer. So the chosen primer I'm going to be using before I pop on my foundation is the Benefit Professional Primer. This is a little mini sample I got for Christmas last year. I really like the formulation of this primer. It minimises your pores and I feel like it makes my makeup stay on a lot longer. So this is what the primer looks like once you squeeze out the tube. I'm just going to rub that gently between my fingers and then apply all over my face. This primer really quickly absorbs into the skin. It's completely gone off my fingers. It leaves no oily residue and I really like how it feels on the skin. Next I'm going to move on to my concealer. I've currently been using the Bourjois Radiance Reveal Concealer. And this is in the shade 01 Ivory. So I'm going to start off by popping this underneath my eyes to conceal any dark circles. Also going to pop just some on any blemishes I may have at the moment. Like so. Then using my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, I'm just going to buff that into the skin. I've got it all in my hair and I just washed it. Before I move on to foundation, I'm going to quickly use an eye primer because I'm going to be using loose eyeshadow today rather than the gel eyeshadow which I normally wear. I've been changing up a bit. So for eyeshadow primer I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. This is just the original one. So I'm going to get a bit of that. And just blend that in using my ring finger. So I'm now going to move on to foundation. I'm going to use my MAC Fix Plus, that's a mouthful, and I'm going to just spray some on my brush here. A few pumps, and I'm also just going to spritz over my face. Ooh, very refreshing. Let that soak in. Also, I've recently been mixing 2 different foundations together. It's very unlikely that I'll go into a shop and buy a foundation which is just suited my skin colour. I always need to add moisturiser or add another colour. I'm going to mix these 2 foundations together. This is the Clinique Even Better foundation and this is in the shade 01 Alabaster. And I'm also going to mix it with my MAC Studio Fix Fluid foundation in the shade NC15. For some reason my pump has just stopped working. I don't know, I know you have a little lock, so you twist it one way, pump, twist it the other way, pump, but it doesn't work, so annoyingly I just have to use the brush. And I put a bit of that onto the brush, about that much. And then I'm going to go in with the Clinique foundation and I'm just going to put a bit of that on top as well. And then I'm just going to use the same brush as my concealer and just blend that into the skin and down my neck. So before I move on to powder and any other kind of face products, I'm going to start with my eyeshadow. I like to let my foundation kind of sink in and kind of set before I start putting a powder over the top. I'm going to be using the Naked 2 Urban Decay eyeshadow palette. I've had this for a while now and I I flip and change between eyeshadow palettes and this has always been a favourite of mine. These are the gorgeous shades inside. So I'm going to actually use the brush it comes with. I'm going to use the flat side and I'm going to use this shade here which is called Booty Call. This one here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pat that onto the brush. I'm going to zoom you in a bit so you can see as well. Someone needs their eyebrows done. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the brush and just pat that on to the lid. Try not to crease your eye as well, because all the excess powder is going to get all stuck in the crease. And then I'm going to go over and do the same thing again with that same colour, just to kind of create a base colour. And then next I'm going to use the other side of the brush and I'm going to add the colour Half Baked, which is the colour next to it. This one here. It's a really gorgeous kind of gold shimmery colour, this, and I'm just going to pat a bit onto my brush. And starting at the outer corner, moving to the middle, I'm going to apply the colour in a back and forth motion, just to give the eye some definition. Just going to halfway. You can kind of use your eyeball as like a guide. I'm then going to go in with a Girlrztalkx brush. This is the base shadow brush. And I'm going to use one of my favourite colours of all times out of the palette, and it's the colour Chopper, which is also next to the first colour I used. It's this one here. And I'm just going to get a bit of that onto the brush. It's really, really pigmented, this colour, so I don't want too much. In the same place where I put Half Baked, I'm just going to go in very lightly and use Chopper. Then with this brush, this is a Sienna brush, it's the E105 brush. I'm going to go in with Verve, which is this colour here. And I'm going to pat that onto the brush and apply that in the centre of my eye. Just gently pat the shadow on. And then I'm going to go in with another Girlrztalkx brush. This is the Deluxe Crease brush. And I'm just going to blend out where I put Half Baked and Chopper, just so it doesn't look so harsh. It's just very lightly in circles. And last but not least, where's she gone? I don't actually have the brush I want to use, so I'm just going to use the base shadow brush again and get the colour Chopper, which is the one, the golden colour. The brush I'm looking for is a really thin brush, I don't know where it's gone, and I'm going to pop a tiny bit underneath my eye. This is quite a fluffy brush, so you just want to really gently bring that underneath the eye, just to kind of halfway on the bottom. Like so. And then I'm going to do the other eye and then I'll get back to you guys. I actually just found the brush that I was talking about. I was sitting on it. It's the Accent brush by Girlrztalkx. It's a really small compacted eyeshadow brush, so I was going to use that underneath my eyes with the colour Chopper. Okay, so now that I've done my eye makeup or my eyeshadow, I'm going to go back to my skincare. When I use a powder eyeshadow, I find that sometimes underneath my eyes I get some fallout from my shadow. Obviously we don't want that to be there, so I'm going to move on to my powder. So I'm going to move on and use the Bourjois Healthy Balance Matte Finish Powder. This is in the shade number 52 Vanilla. I'm going to use a big brush here. This is from the brand Studio. This is from a brand from Superdrug. So firstly I'm just going to dust away all of the eyeshadow. Like so. And then I'm going to go in and get a big swirl of the powder on my brush. I like to powder my foundation. I feel like it makes my foundation last, and I have quite oily skin, so I focus on areas such as my forehead, like so, down my nose, and on my cheekbones, and also bring that down onto my neck. For bronzer, I'm going to be using the Benefit Hoola bronzer. Absolutely love this. It's not got any shimmer to it, so you can use it as a contour. This is what it looks like. Gorgeous, gorgeous colour. I'm going to use another brush from Sienna. This is the F105 brush. I'm just really lightly going to dab a few times in there. This is a really pigmented bronzer, so I don't want to go too much. Also bring that down where the temples are. like so, just to give my face some colour. Also going to do the same on the other side. Magnified. Lastly, before we move on to mascara and lip gloss, I'm going to use a highlighter. This is the MAC Soft and Gentle Mineralised Skin Finish. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to use a fan brush here. I just ordered this one offline, it's just a cheap one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some on the brush. And on the my cheekbones, I'm just going to dust that lightly. I'm also just going to go down my nose slightly. Like so. I'm now going to do my eyebrows. I've recently been using the MUA, I think it's called the Pro Brow Kit. It's actually rubbed off, so I can't read what it's called anymore. This comes with 3 different shades and it's like a Vaseline. So I use this one at the top here. As you can see, that's the one that I've hit pan on. And I'm also using my Real Techniques brow brush. It's an angled brush, so I just get a tiny bit of that onto my brush. I'm not really a big fan of eyebrows. I don't feel like I can do my eyebrows very good. I just fill them in very slightly just to make them look a tiny bit more defined. So I'm going to start on this one here. I don't overdraw my brows or anything. I literally just kind of comb the product through. Really lightly using the brush. I'm going to move on to the other side. I feel like you look crazy when you've done your eyebrows and you don't have any mascara on. Now that I've powdered my eyebrows very so lightly, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Brow Drama Sculpting Brow Mascara in the shade Medium Brown. I'm just going to comb through my eyebrows and just kind of set them into place. Now we move on to mascara. This is probably one of my favourite parts. I'm using the Maybelline New York Lash Sensational Lash Multiply Mascara, and this is in the shade Intense Black. Absolutely love this mascara. I find it's very similar to the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara, which I actually ran out of a few months ago, so I need to repurchase that again. But I'm just going to go in with my mascara and ignore my mascara faces. Now that I've done my mascara, I'm going to finish off with a liquid lipstick. I'm in love with the NYX Liquid Suede lip glosses. They're such a gorgeous formula, and this is one of my favourite colours from them. It's the shade Sandstorm. I'm going to go over and fill my lips in using this. So guys, that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've been filming for like 35 minutes, so I do apologise if this is a long video. I'm going to leave all the products I mentioned and used in the description below if you guys are interested in anything. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not trying to teach you guys anything. I'm just going to show you an updated makeup routine. I don't think I've done one of these in a while. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought in the comments below and give this video a thumbs up. If you have any more video suggestions, let me know in the comments. I'd be really grateful to hear them. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!